Stop.
Time.
Computer audio. Hello.
Hi.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
You're on mute.
Oh, we're not there. I need to move in.
Hang on. Hey Michelle, Peter, Caroline, Drew.
Hey.
How you going?
Hi.
Hi.
Stephen.
Hello.
Hello, Steve.
We need a hat.
I'm here, but we can't see anything.
Okay. Well, John and Gay are here.
Hello, John and Gay.
Hello.
On him.
No.
You have to be careful.
Go away. Go.
Just like this. Let me
I like the visual effects.
Yeah, nice.
doing this.
Nice hair, Jen.
I can't see anything.
Oh, we can see you.
Can you all we can see is Zoom.
Sue.
You have to join with video.
We did.
Down the bottom corner.
Her screen. Her screen.
Hello.
Michelle, can you see me? John Keogh.
That's right.
We're going to go out and come back in again. Or something.
Another hour.
No, John, you need to.
There we are.
David Cook, stop shaving your head.
Hello there, everybody. Can anyone hear me?
What a beauty. Where'd you get that from?
Everybody else seems to know that they
Yeah, I wear it every year.
What's that, Ken?
I have trouble getting the glasses on over the ears.
I'll go and come in again. Right.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. We have to put him up higher.
I don't know which one.
All right. Let's have a go. Where have I gone?
Look like a bit of a hoodlum, do I?
Yep.
Yeah, something to 32.
Go ahead and come in again.
No idea.
Well, you can make it go over the.
Yes.
There we go. Sorry. I can't bring it any further because no one will be able to. We won't all fit in that.
You sit here, I'll sit over there.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
How's that?
Can anyone see me?
all right with you.
No, why would we want to?
Who said that?
I can see you, John.
We all said it.
Nice.
The other.
Brian, can you see me?
You can nurse it.
No, which is great.
We need
We can see you.
And we can all see you. Oh.
Good. I ran a calendar to get it.
Jill's on the booze already.
Yes, we are. Hi.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Irene.
You don't know they're seeing you at the moment.
Gary's old.
I'm going to move it over so everyone else gets in the picture as well.
Yay, that's better.
I think that was Michelle probably did that.
It's too much.
Oh, no, it was better.
Oh, go back.
Yeah, better.
Hey.
Yeah, there's your split vision.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's fine. Done.
Can't turn it too far because of the table.
I can't hear
I could go and put that
You are.
Coffee?
beanie on.
We're having any dessert?
What are you doing, Michelle?
I'll have a little bit of cake. Laura was supposed to take it today, but she forgot.
Pass the cake around.
Who's the cake?
I'll have a.
Someone's got cake.
Not bad.
Okay, somebody's thrown me out.
Somebody's what?
I can't see a thing. All I've got is a white page.
Yeah, I can't see anything either. So listen.
Oh, there's two L's and one L.
Oh, here we go.
Someone that should include the following.
This is our survival kit.
It's just that.
Need to mute.
Huh?
Will not self-destruct. Fail on the 4-way test. That's very funny.
Oh.
Well done.
Hello.
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 Hello, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
Oh, nice Christmas tree.
I can't see it. Where is it?
Behind her.
Oh.
Oh, Joe. Hi, Joe.
There we go. There's my Christmas tree.
Oh, that's a great
Everyone.
Christmas tree.
Here's
There
everyone.
we go. So happy Christmas in July.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, we've got 3 computers set up here at the moment, and so we're echoing. One moment.
Oh, yeah.
Now there's only one with sound. So, guys, welcome to Changeover. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Kalma, DG Kalma. I did see you one moment ago waving and saying hello. And to DGE David, it's you tomorrow. Welcome to tonight's stream. So can I start by inviting David Cook to do a toast to Queen and Country, please. David, I did see you earlier, David.
Lee. There's Lee. Hi, Lee.
Hello.
David, let me see if I can unmute you, David.
Right.
You need to, great,
So,
David.
Jamie,
Thank you.
we won't stand up and toast because it's a little bit difficult, and I see wine glasses and computers going helter-skelter all over everybody's lounge room. So remain seated, please. And I'd like to propose a toast to the Queen, firstly, and to the Queen, who's showing, in my opinion, fantastic example of leadership for her dominion, doing what she's doing in staying socially distanced and doing the right thing by her subjects. So to the Queen, and also to the people of Australia, who are also showing remarkable and strong resistance to this international virus, being one of the less affected country in the world. So to the Queen and the people of Australia, we toast.
Queen, people of
You know the
Australia.
people of Australia.
In Australia.
Wonderful. All right, thank you. And can I invite David Clark, please, to respond? No, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I've just skipped a whole thing, Kalma. My apologies. Kalma, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And I know that in a very short period of time, you need to leave to go to at least one more changeover. So thank you for joining us tonight. Can I invite you to do a toast to Rotary International, please?
Certainly, and it's really a bit hard to know how to propose a toast to Rotary International tonight. There's just so much about Rotary International that is to highlight tonight. Should I go on with how many people there are, how many clubs and districts? I don't think so. I think we have another purpose tonight, and that is to look at what's become of Rotary International over the last few months, and the way that Rotary International has changed and that we have changed in support of it. Rotary International still exists, but we have exhausted a couple of funds over the last little while as a result of how we've changed. There's a disaster relief fund that we've exhausted. There's a grant fund that we've exhausted for the first time ever. And that's because Rotary International has been there to provide support for us and to support for everything that we've been going through over the last little while. Without that infrastructure of Rotary International behind us, we couldn't do what we wanted to do in support of all of the disasters that we have confronted, the floods, the fires, and now this blessed virus. And it's amazing how we've all adapted to it, and we've all done wonderful with it. But it's really the difference that we have with the communications that we've adopted, and this very meeting is tantamount evidence of what we can do with ourselves if we really want to. So with Rotary's adaptation and with ours, I'd like to propose a toast to the new Rotary International and the new way that we look like doing things into the future. To Rotary International.
To Rotary International.
Rotary International.
Thank you so much, Cal. And I hope you enjoyed your little covert surprise today.
Thank you. I did. Very sneaky girl, you. Very sneaky. I received a beautiful, beautiful bunch of flowers at my doorstep, very surreptitiously provided by your club. And I thank you very, very much for them. They were just beautiful, just gorgeous. Thank you.
Can I say thank you on behalf of President Michelle and I and the club? Thank you so much for a wonderful 12 months as District Governor. And if I can sneak in the comment, and also a great strength for women, just quietly.
Look, it was really lovely to follow in Susan's footsteps. She really paved the way last year, and it was very lovely to have her behind me and in front of me, really. And I think between the two of us, we really have paved the way for women in Rotary and women in leadership. And it's been just a delight to be part of that two-woman team, absolutely. And I think there's no reason that women, I mean, we know we do better jobs than men anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yes! Yes!
But don't tell the boys that. Don't tell the boys that, because then they get all bitter and twisted and, you know, think we're having a go at them. That's not what it is at all. It's just we're just different. So thank you for the support. I thank Susan hugely, because without her, there's a lot of things that would have just gone pear-shaped over the last 12 months, absolutely. And especially Youth Exchange and a couple of other things. So thank you, Susan, and thank you to your club. You're a big strength in our district. And there's you and a few other clubs that just keep the whole thing together and they keep the whole thing moving along. So thank you to each and every one of you. You all look like idiots in Christmas caps tonight. I mean, someone from the outside would think, my God, what are these people? I mean, can they really achieve anything? But it's amazing what you do despite how stupid you all look tonight.
Thank you so much.
Can I just say thank you, Kalma? It's been a pleasure.
Where is she?
Been a pleasure here too, Susan.
Yep. Thanks so much, Kalma.
Kalma, thank you so much. My apologies. Sorry.
We are operating with street computers. You're going to hear an echo for a moment. My computer was messing around. So sorry, just going to try and work out the details and do that's better. All right. Wonderful. And can I invite David Clark to please respond to the international toast?
Thank you, Michelle. And thank you, everybody. It also says thank you very much for the flowers that were sent to her today as well. She thoroughly enjoyed those. Anyway, it makes me wonder sometimes. We have a toast to Rotary International and then we have a response, and I wondered why sometimes. But over the last few weeks, I've been attending numerous changeovers, and I often wonder, when we toast Rotary International, what are we actually toasting? And I thought of two things, and one, of course, is the members. Without the members and without you and I, there's no Rotary International. And the other one is our projects that we do. And every project I've been thinking that has ever come up that we've wanted to take on, whether it's our club or any of the world projects, has all been started by one person. And I'd like to just highlight, obviously, our greatest Rotary project in the world is the Polio Plus program. And I'd just like you to have a look at this. It only goes for a couple of minutes.
Oh, Glenn.
It might be me.
Can you hear the volume?
No.
Passed away.
If you stop share, then you reshare again, but before you reshare it, you have to tick use computer audio.
Okay.
How about we show it next week?
Okay, stop share. No, it's only one time.
Look at his hat.
Hang on.
He's shaved.
It's gone.
Mute.
It's gone. Let me just get it up again.
Hang on, I'll move around. We can share.
Righto, share.
But make sure you tick use computer audio.
Where's that?
When you press share.
Computer sound. Okay, here we go. Righto, here we go.
In April 1979, I picked up a copy of the Reader's
Tied up in the meeting.
All good.
Digest.
Can you
There I read for $100 million, the World Health Organization had eradicated smallpox. So this caused me to start to something like that sort of money. We could do something similar.
Okay, Dave, we still don't
So
have any
on
sound.
arrival back, I telephoned Dr.
Okay.
That was an inspired decision.
We will get rid of that. And okay, sorry about that. We might, yeah, we'll play it again next week for you. So, but one of the greatest things that we've ever done is trying to eradicate polio, and that's been one of our biggest things for over 30 years. And now it's only in 2 countries of the world. So when we think of Rotary International, I think of all the projects that we do, whether it's the local ones, like with our club, the phone project, the book club that raises money, the markets, all these things have started by one Rotarian or 2 Rotarians. And it's something that I think we should all think of when we toast Rotary International. We're really toasting all the great work that we as Rotarians do in the world to make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. I think look at the rain. Go, Dave.
All right. All right. I think we'll start with really just a recap of this year. And I've got an echo here. Let me try and move some computers around so that we get rid of the echo. That's right, it's not that. All right. I remember standing at Changeover last year, and at that time, already the bushfires had started, right? And they were not as significant as they are now. Can you give me 1 minute to sort out the sound here, guys? I'm sorry, because this is not going to work.
So while President Michelle is currently fixing her sound up, I thought I'd say hi to you all and hope everyone's well and you all look amazing. I see some little kitty winks on my screen on Joseph. Oh, you are so cute. Yes. Okay. You're going to have to disconnect. Okay, just hold on a sec, guys, and we'll go back to it.
Most of them. Okay.
What are we doing?
She looks like she's putting herself further than nursing.
All right, is that better?
No.
No, if you disconnect.
Right. Okay, we're sharing a computer.
Surprise!
Surprise! We did at one point have 3 computers going here, but that didn't work. So apologies for the noise and the feedback, guys. So let me start again with, just in terms of the last 12 months. First of all, I can see John and Gay
online, thank you for joining us tonight. It's extraordinary to see you here. I remember at Changeover last year handing over, and actually there was this sense of relief. And without actually knowing that the next 12 months for our club would be probably one of the biggest 12 months that we've encountered in a long time, and from so many different perspectives. We were confronted by bushfires that, you know, just absolutely ravaged so much of Australia, and they impacted a lot of what we did. You know, our markets were cancelled on a couple of occasions. There was a risk even to Australia Day at one point. We, you know, we did a lot of fundraising, and the money from Australia Day ultimately went to the bushfires. Blissfully, they were put out in the end by drought-breaking rain that then went on to cause floods in different parts of Australia, which of course brought on its own problems, and they were replaced by hailstorms that devastated large parts of Australia. And just as we got rid of all of that, there was a complete interruption to everything that we hold dear. In a democracy, one of the things we stand for is, you know, our freedom of choice. And that was taken away for very good reasons, okay, for our own protection, our own health. But our way of life was challenged. And I think standing here 12 months ago, handing over the presidency, who could have guessed? You know, internally, the club faced its own challenges. And I think that as we come to, you know, this next 12 months, we come to it in a really great position. We have a lot of things to be proud of. In that, you know, for I think it's at least the 3rd year running, our community service or our service to the community has been recognised by district for the in the large club award, and I think that that's a really great honour for us, given that that has been such a consistent award. I think it shows that whatever's thrown at us, whether it's stuff that we have in our control or not, we still focus on community. I think as I hand over in a few minutes to Michelle, in what's probably going to be one of the shortest changeover ceremonies that we will ever experience, unless we go into lockdown again, I think the opportunity for us is to really have a look at what we want to do over the next 12 months. Out of our club forum in March came the opportunity for us, or the desire for us, to look at all of the projects and the volume of work that we do. And then to finish off some of the things that we've started. So to the team that are having a look at Australia Day for us, and you know what the format of that will look like. I think the really big thing for all of us to remember is that our first community is our internal community. And there's a really great opportunity for us to step back, have a look at how we want to relate to each other, what it is that we want to take on in terms of the club over the next 12 months, and to remember that service above self includes service within our club. And so as we move into the next 12 months, I'd invite you to remember that and to bring that to everything that we do. I want to thank the board. There were times during the year where we didn't agree, and you know, we still worked through everything that there was to work through. And if you have a look at the annual report that here it was, mine was kindly delivered by Ken yesterday. So pretty much everyone should have their annual report. Please go through the component. John has done a great recount of the first 8 months of this year. I think probably the most noteworthy thing there is the funding that we received for the Whitten Park project, which of course now sits with council, for council to actually put in and fulfil on our commitment to Whitten Park, which is just extraordinary. And I want to thank David and Carolyn for that. That's been largely their effort and their driving force. That's all that. I was one of the people with the little notes late at night into people's letterboxes, you know, just walking around so that everyone would vote for our project. So thank you to that. I want to acknowledge Ken, Secretary, thank you. The beginning and end. There you are, Ken. Sorry, I'm madly scanning my... How could I have missed that dapper hat, Ken? There we go. So thank you for your 12 months. And to Drew, thank you so much for your years as Treasurer. You took our books from a time where we all knew it was okay, and now where we all, well, I think in fairness, we all hoped it was okay, to where we all know it's okay. And I don't ever underestimate the volume of work that went into that. So I know that Janina and Carolyn, you both have pins to give to Ken and to Drew respectively. Hopefully they have arrived. So if I can invite you to pin the pin. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's okay, thank you. And pinning, just be careful there, Janina, we don't just don't deflate him. See Carolyn jump.
Me. I dropped it.
Sorry.
That's okay, we actually can't see that clearly anyway, so if you don't tell us, we won't know.
I have a patterned carpet for a reason.
Oh, thank you.
Step on the pin.
I can't find it.
Let's just pretend you've done it.
It's done. It's done.
Otherwise, I am going to start screenshotting and gossiping, Karen. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Say which way Queensland.
Wonderful. And there's also a gift for both of you that would have arrived.
What we've got to do?
There's nothing. You just watch Ken and Janina. They've got it nailed.
He will wear it with pride once I find it.
And oh no!
Don't tread on it. Don't tread on it. Oh, I love it. She's grovelling at my feet.
Oh no! Oh, down. Say hi. Say hi.
That doesn't happen often.
Carolyn, and don't do us a disservice.
Oh, I'm going to have to go down and have a look too.
Oh, okay. We're just going to put it on mute, and we're just going to leave it right there. Could you possibly?
His operating theatre isn't that chaotic.
Yeah. Have you got your gift there, Drew?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Right. Don't scare me.
Okay, I think we've got to give each other
All
a kiss.
right.
Yep.
So I get to open the gift now, do I?
Yes,
Or
you
just
do
hold it
indeed.
up.
Just hold it up. We really probably need to rehearse our...
Take it out. Take the thing
our
out.
virtual changeovers. Stay there.
Whoa! Kangaroo high. Very nice.
There we go.
And can I let you know, all you members that don't use your front doors and use your back doors, tell me in future, because I put all the gifts at the front door and no one saw them for a few days.
There we go. All right, so last but absolutely not least, again, thank you to the board. There was a lot to cover off on this year's, some large decisions to make and definite ways forward. As I mentioned, we didn't always see eye to eye, but we worked our way through it all. So thank you kindly for most of you, or some of you are rolling over. We'll see you again, well, actually Thursday night. So what I would like to do, given that the cuckoo clock just cuckooed and it's now 7:30, I am going to officially hand over to Michelle. No. Oh, yep. Okay. That's what it says. The agenda says that.
We can wait.
No.
Okay.
We're not waiting. So
These are the original chains of office. We felt that these might be a little more appropriate for tonight rather than the one that has just the past couple of years. I'm sorry, my dog is trying to get in on the picture. Anyway, here we go. We on the screen? We are.
Just don't hide her face.
Oh, sorry. Photo time, people. Wonderful. Here we go. It's all yours. Welcome to it.
Is there a warranty? Do I get 3 months?
Nope. Nothing like it.
No return.
It's all good.
She's been feeding me red wine all afternoon. I'm sorry. I'm just going to take a breath for a sec. Rotarians, honoured guests, family, friends, it's truly an honour and a privilege to stand before you today as your new president. I accept the trust that you have placed in me and pledge that the strong, experienced and competent board that is your leadership team, we will steward the club's resources well, represent the Rotary mission and values and the four-way test to the best of our abilities, and make this a service club that people want to get into. I'm having a photo. Thanks to all of you for joining me for this special occasion. And I also want to recognise our own District Governor, David Clark, and Assistant District Governor, Peter Agar, and best wishes for the year ahead too. Thanks to my husband who worked out Zoom, David for attending tonight and always believing and supporting me. Also to thank my daughter Amber, Madison and Kieran, who I think are still on the screen. Thank you. Thank you to Amanda Barnes, Beverly and Will for coming tonight. All of you are very special Rotarians and friends, and there are a few I wish to recognise tonight. No particular order. Past District Governor, John Wakefield, OME, which page are we on, John?
Oh, he was back there.
Okay. Whoop, there, thank God. Just need you to unmute yourself, beautiful man.
Thank you very much, Michelle, and good luck for the year.
Thank you, John, and thank you for being a great mentor to me.
My pleasure.
Oh, this is going to be funny because now he's got to move. Past District Governor, Bob Aiken, please hold while I find his goodie bag.
Oh, yeah.
We've got to change channels, people. Hang on.
Where's your bag of goodies? Are we drinking it?
Okay. Bob, all across the suburb to you.
Thank you, Michelle. Much appreciated. And good luck and with you, all with you.
And to his gorgeous wife, Anne.
Who is also here.
Thank you, Michelle. Otherwise, I'm kissing random people. Carolyn Brown and Irene, please accept these gifts. You are the dream theme team in my eyes. And you just got to unmute. Hey.
Hi. Thank you. They're beautiful. They're dream team bags.
Yay! Also to incoming AG Peter Agar. I thought your wife might like her little goodies that came today.
Thank you very much. They're excellent.
And Sarah as well as incoming AG too. Congratulations, Sarah. I haven't got my glasses on. I know you're there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's both surreal and amazing to be approaching the close of the Rotary year. Why we ideally like to continue full steam ahead in pursuit of our mission to inspire and facilitate generosity, it will be remembered as a great year of consolidation and connection. During the past year, the club has continued to deliver a full program of community service projects. Congratulations to President John Vandermeer and President Michelle Fisher, the board, your committees, your members, volunteers, friends, family and community on such a successful year. That's mine. I'm borrowing Michelle's glass. I want to say thank you and I want to celebrate you.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. A special thank you to the co-pilot beside me. She's got 2 L's. Can I just tell you, because my mum was poor and we only could afford 1. So she overcompensated and got the 2 L's just quietly. I will always be very grateful for her support and her leadership. Now, I've had 3 glasses of red and I drink white, so please hold while I try and stab her. In this bit.
Michelle, just half turn, Michelle. That's right, like that. Wonderful.
And it's on trial for 3 months, okay, in case I don't like it, so I'll be back. Yeah. Well, friends, hasn't the year changed since COVID-19? Oh, David Clark is just, I hope he's read the note. David Clark has, I've given him on behalf of Michelle and I, it's a first edition book on the very first club in Australia, the Rotary Club of Melbourne. Please hold, there's more. In time for the centenary booklet that will be out next year, which will complete a full 100 years of history for the club.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle's. Both Michelle's, thank you very much. Most appreciated.
Oh, very welcome. Thank you. Our club will strive to gain maximum impact from the Rotary International theme for 2020-21. Rotary opens opportunity. We'll continue to recognise needs within our local and broader communities, mentor new members at every opportunity, and endeavour to work closely with other Rotary clubs in the Blue Mountains area to maximise the benefits of service. I'll be aiming to bring a renewed focus and sense of purpose to the club, continuing a successful membership plan under the leadership of Susan Wakefield, expanding the difference Rotarians make internationally and locally, and becoming a force for positive change within our local community, which I'll expand on our first meeting face-to-face on the 7th. At this point, the attention comes off me, thankfully. I'd like to introduce you to the 2020-21 board. Please unmute yourselves, all our board members. And it says he asked to stand and remain. I just say be comfortable where you are at this point. And I will call your names individually. Each of you were given little goodie bags with notes to your significant others or friends or your loved ones or your mistresses. Right, okay, we're going to go. First cab off the rank is our President-elect, Gary Smith. If I can ask Jennifer, who looks gorgeous, if you wouldn't mind pinning your husband.
Get down the bottom corner. Put your hat on.
What?
The black bag's done.
Okay.
Congratulations.
I now consider myself pinned.
Congratulations, Gary, and thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate your support.
Thanks, Michelle.
Yep.
Secretary. And if we wouldn't mind pinning her husband, please.
Not me, was it?
That was you.
Your kid.
Can I ask where?
No.
We might
Oh,
have.
okay. I'll just do it here then.
It's a PG hour.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't earlier.
I recommend Merlot for anybody that doesn't drink red.
I've done it.
Congratulations, Bruce.
Thanks, Michelle.
And well done. Thank you, Deb. You didn't drop blood.
No, I didn't even drop it. Sorry.
The next one I'd like to ask is the Treasurer, Joseph Suka, and Karen and his man of children's. If you wouldn't mind nicely pinning your husband.
Look, Joseph. Joseph on the right.
Yes.
And you've had a shave and everything, Joe.
Yeah, I had a shave too.
Hey, congratulations. Thanks, Karen, too. Thank you. Past President Michelle Fisher, who I have stabbed. Pleasure. But you're under 3 months warranty. Just telling you quietly. Not happening. If I can now ask our directors, Youth Director Carolyn Brown, if I could ask Irene to somehow get it attached to Carolyn.
That's a hole in it.
Congratulations. Well done, my friend. And thank you, Irene.
You're welcome.
Our Community Service Director, John Keogh, if I could ask Gail, please, to do the honour and put the pin on her husband.
He wants to pin me on the floor.
Dictating a square.
Okay, Gail, go hard at him. What did I say? They're the only ones that kept everything in the bag till 7:30.
Thank you, my love.
I don't think that was to me.
My mistress.
Oh, congratulations, John.
Thank you.
And thank you, Gail.
Thank you.
If I can call forth our International and Foundation Director, Peter Agar. If Roz, if you wouldn't mind, my love, please do your worst.
What's in there for you?
It looks like they're having personal time.
Let's look the other
We're
way.
here, they can't.
We're being watched.
Nothing to see, kids. Nothing to see.
Done.
Congratulations, Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roz. Our next one, who's got the same hat on, thankfully, Vocation, Stan Knoll. If I could please ask his nearest and dearest, Pamela, to please attach the pin.
With great force.
Straighten his phone.
And I did drop the backing. Just to say, Carolyn, you're not on your own. Yay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stan. Congratulations. Thanks, Pamela. And now it's Pamela's turn. So admin for Pamela, if Stan could please go gently. Because there's too many.
You're aiming for my ear.
As long as it's not your rear.
He needs glasses. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stan, and congratulations, Pamela.
My pleasure. Thank you.
A special mention also to our membership committee chair, Susan Wakefield. If I could please ask John to please pin your wife.
He's been trying for years.
That would have warmed his hands up.
Thank you and congratulations too, Susan. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
I also want to thank and acknowledge our committee chairs, our team leaders, our function overseers, which is our social committee, our dream theme team as well. Now I'm going to need you to squish your little faces to the screen in a moment. Please hold, we're moving. I would like to introduce you, and please raise your glass to the 2020-21 board that's before you now. Congratulations to all of you. Well done.
Well done, everyone.
Well done, everyone.
Well done.
Please keep your glasses up for a minute. I'm screenshotting. Okay. Cheers. Cheers, guys. That was excellent. Well done.
Thanks, Michelle.
Okay. I wanted to say particularly to John Vandermeer, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for going from a little conversation at the markets where I came and asked you, Mr. Cheeky, you might want to unmute yourself because you're going to want to reply. I know you will. I said to John Vandermeer, could I come and talk to you at a Saturday market? I'd like to find out what's involved with the president's role. Sure. John and Gabe, big smiles, waited for me, come down. I got the scope of what was involved, no problem. We all come to the club on the Tuesday night because Mr. and Mrs. Peepers was there as well. And I heard an announcement. John was thrilled, can I tell you? He said, we have a new president-elect. I'm looking around, going, oh, that's excellent. Michelle Ellery. And I went, huh?
Sucker.
So thank you for dropping me in it.
You're welcome.
And thank you for your support and your friendship to pair of you. And I just want to acknowledge all of you. You are a fantastic club. You should be extremely proud of yourselves. I want to say thank you to Bob. Sorry, that was me, not Michelle. Let me just turn. No, just smile. For organising what you would have to agree is the best annual report. He exceeds himself year in, year out. And I want to say thank you to all the little Santa's helpers that went out to deliver all of those annual reports.
Michelle, I must also thank Carolyn Cook, my expert proof reader, who does a marvellous job every year. Thank you, Carolyn.
Well done, Karen.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. So what will happen now is usually we're eating, having dessert, we're having entertainment, but I've spared you all of that. We will meet face-to-face, I believe. We've got the okay for the 7th of July. It will be our very first face-to-face meeting. It will look a little different because of spatial awareness and COVID-19. But please make sure you book in via Spoke because Terry Marshall now gets to put his dining skills to action. And I want to thank the outgoing team. I know some of them have also hanged over, but also to Drew and to Ken for doing an exceptionally great job. We wouldn't have gotten this far without you guys. A lot of it goes on behind the scenes that not everyone's aware of. So I just want to, mwah.
I can't continue.
Oh, I'm glad you kissed him, Carolyn, because there was no way I was doing that. And not without you punching me up, if that was the case. And also just letting everybody know our first markets is this Saturday. And there's an amazing COVID-19 plan in that Ken, Drew, I think John Wakefield, the whole committee has put together. Carolyn, our youth director, has taken the most appropriate time to go on a holiday. So I will be dressed as a COVID bug of sorts. I'll be probably more safe than everybody else with the amount of gear I've got to wear. So please come down and support the markets on Saturday. And before we sign off, I just want to say a heartfelt thank you. I know a lot of people, this has really knocked the wind out of us as a service club being spread out. So thanks for your patience for engaging with Zoom. And we'll be sending out this recording to a lot of them that were unable because we've got old computers, whatever the system was. And just want to say thank you and a heartfelt mwah to all of you. So I want to wish you adieu. Good night. God bless. And safe travels on your big trip back home to the lounge.
Look forward to seeing you all next week.
See you all next week.
Bye-bye.
I'm just going to show you. And. Hey. See you later, guys, and have a good one. Thanks for coming.
Bye, Shell.
Bye. Guys, love you.
Great work, Cheryl. Bye.